Today's video is going to be on an attack on a correction officer by a Southsider in the Correctional State Prison. I'm going to tell you about this attack. I'm going to tell you about the background of the inmate, and I'm going to talk about the history in Corcoran, right? Because not a lot of people know about it, and you're going to trip out once I tell you this. So stay tuned. With this being said, man, buenas tardes, saludos a todos. I pray and hope that you have a wonderful day today. I wish nothing but the best to you and your loved one. So let's get to the video. So on September 3rd, right? September 3rd, 2024, around 4:10 p.m., inmate Bobby Dominguez allegedly reached through the bars of the shower and start attacking a correctional officer. This with a manufactured weapon, right? Right there tells you, just by the door being locked, right? It tells you that he was on a program that was on lockdown right now for whatever reason, or he was on the shoe. Because a regular running yard wouldn't have the shower locked, right? Unless they were on lockdown. After they pressed the alarm and the other officers responded, they ended up finding a weapon. And eventually the correctional officer got sent out there to the streets to get treated. That evening he got released. And again, we saying nothing but positive vibes to the officer, his family, man. Hopefully he gets well soon. Hopefully his family don't worry about his job. But it's part of being a correctional officer. It's gonna be a dangerous job, you know. As for Mr. Dominguez, his little background he has, man. It's not that little, but it's something big, man. It's something. How this guy started in Cdcr, you know. Not to mention that he was actually in the shoe, doing a shoe term for attacking a peace officer. That happened on 2023, right? So Mr. Dominguez was actually came into prison in 2014 from the Los Angeles County, right? He got sentenced to 4 years. You know, he got sentenced to 4 years. Eventually, he was incarcerated in 2016, June 2016. He got sentenced to 5 years to battery with a deadly weapon on a prisoner, right? So he was putting in work. Actually, on 2017, he got sentenced to 1 year for battery on a non-prisoner. So right there, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what happened right there, most likely. I mean, it didn't happen like back to back. I think it happened on the same incident, in where Mr. Dominguez, inmate Dominguez, actually attacked another prisoner, put it in work, and most likely he was given the directives of not stopping. A officer got close to the attack or whatever, and Mr. Dominguez probably brushed him or did something, or as the time of getting cuffed up, something happened, right? And where they just put that extra charge on him because he didn't get that much time. So that means that it wasn't a direct attack to the officer. Maybe the officer got brushed with something with his hand, or he was resisting arrest. Something had happened, you know. They just threw this extra charge. That's why he didn't get that much time. He just got a bogus ass charge. So right there it tells you, like, Mr. Dominguez already had it for the cops, because they did him dirty, basically. They did him dirty, and they just gave him an extra year. Eventually, in 2023, that's when he actually did his assault on a peace officer, and he caught 6 years because of this. A two-striker. That means that this case that he's just gonna get is gonna give him the third strike and gonna give him life. So he went to prison with 4 years, and now he's gonna stay right there for life. So now let me tell you a little bit about Corcoran or any other prison. Once you have a battery on a correctional officer, it's all bad, man. Possibly because his first battery, which it was a bogus ass battery, man. He did the second one, which probably somebody gave him the blues. He did the second one. Now, when he did the second one, he landed a Corcoran shoe, which is all bad. People don't want to speak on this, but I'm going to tell you right now. When you go to the shoe, even to this day, man, to this day, I can confirm that in 2018, I spoke to the last guy that I know that recently came out of the shoe. And this is what he told me about the Corcoran shoe. that when you go in there, you get out of the bus, they all surround you and tell you, hey man, welcome to Corcoran State SHU. And basically want you to break it down, you know. They either assault you right there. This guy that I'm talking about, he was choked. He was choked as they were talking shit to him, right? Again, this is supposed to not be. This don't happen in Cdcr, right? There's no green wall. This type of behavior was known in the late 90s, early 2000s. But supposedly they got the green wall in 2004, in 2004, that's when they got the green wall and everything died down. No. The green wall to this day exists. So if you go to Corcoran with battery on a peace officer, man, it's gonna be all bad. And I can tell you that the reason why this inmate Dominguez attacked that correctional officer is because that correctional officer was getting out of line. Knowing how Corcoran acts, how they do their business. They're dirty, man. They're dirty. And again, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I wasn't there to talk about this, but I'm just basing my what I'm saying on history, what I know about Corcoran. And that's one thing we know about it. Once you go to the SHU, they're gonna surround you and they're gonna give you the business, you know, to make sure that you know where you're at, you know, like welcome to Corcoran. It's like a big thing. And Tehachapi, they weren't doing that, but Tehachapi were doing something else, right? But as for Corcoran right now, that's how they are. So it is sad to see that another guy is gonna be doing live, but it's part of becoming or being part of that lifestyle, you know. You have to put in work, and once you start, sometimes you can't stop because there's repercussions for every action that's gonna keep following you. It's gonna keep following you, especially when it comes to dealing with the peace officer, with the correctional officer. It's all bad. So it started with him brushing, not basically even attacking this guy, but it seems like it was part of him being handcuffed or something once he did his first removal. But with this being said, man, I hope and pray that you have a wonderful afternoon. I wish nothing but the best to all of you. Thank you for those who've been supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and make your comment on the video. Muchas gracias. With this being said, I'm out.